Happy Monday, my loves. I hope that you all had an incredible weekend celebrating Mother's Day, whether you have a mom, whether you are a mom. And I want to say you are a mom regardless if you have children or not, that I do see you as somebody who is here to birth your ideas into the world, to speak your truth into the world, to from there take action and really manifest those results. And to me, that's what this is about, is impacts. If you are making impact in this world, you are a mother. You are absolutely being a mother. And the post that I shared yesterday about my relationship with my mom, I wanted to say, wow, just how I can see how much that touched you. I can see how many people resonated with that post. And so I felt called to come on today more so with my personal spiritual development hat, because really, if you think about that, that's the foundation that we need in order to take ourselves forward, in order to create more fulfillment in our lives, whoever you are, whatever roles you're in. And so if you haven't read the post, just really quickly, I shared that, you know, I'm not about all that surfacey fake shit. You guys know that. And I shared that I had a really tumultuous, conflictual relationship with my own mom, especially when I was coming into young in my teens, and then that carried on into young adulthood, into my early 20s. And it was very much a sibling sister relationship rather than a mother-daughter relationship. And I didn't understand it back then because I was just a teen. And as I went into psychology, I have a master's in marriage and family therapy. And of course, when you're learning things, you're reflecting back onto yourself. And I really came to understand, hi Mitch, hi Monique, I came to understand why my mom was, we'll say, showing up the way that she was showing up in her relationship with her daughter, me, right? And so what I realized is that my mom really didn't know how to hold space for, like, seriously, poor mom, this little girl, teenager, who just had all these big feelings, all these big ideas, and was just like, holy shit, this is too much. It probably was really overwhelming for my mom. And often, being a teenager, we all know how hormones work, right? Or not, maybe not work, but we know what happens, right? And so it's not the most favorable. And I imagine that for my mom, it was really hard. Hi, Maria. Hi, Donna. Thank you so much for being here. You know, I have so much love and compassion for my mom now. Looking back, I'm like, oh dear God. Like, my mom had to deal with me. So, you know, I can laugh about it now. And it's only because I've done my inner work and I continue to do my inner work. I believe that mother wounds can be really big. And so I wanted to come on here to share with you, just, you know, really to help you see how important it is. If you're feeling stuck in life, if you're feeling like you're self-sabotaging, you're feeling like you're in a relationship where there's a lot of discomfort, whether it's a friendship, it's a professional relationship, it's a romantic relationship, look at yourself first. Not in a blame way, because that's victim, but in a way go, wow, like, let me actually look at how I am reacting. There's a difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is that knee-jerk response. Responding is where you get to look, wear that observer hat, look at the big picture, understand from a curiosity perspective, not a judgmental. You can't be curious and judgmental at the same time. Really curious and being like, wow, like, let me look at it from a different perspective. Let me put myself in their shoes. Let me look at it through the eyes of compassion and understanding, trying to understand whether it's the truth or not for them. the big thing is for you to see it from a different angle, and that can really shift everything, right? And so even if you're in a romantic relationship and you're having conflicts with your spouse, and you know what I'm talking about when I say, it's that same fight that happens over and over again, and it never feels like you can resolve it. That's called gridlock. And then you notice if you have conflicts in your business or professional relationships or even your friendships, that same pattern might come out, because how you do one part of life is how you do all parts of life, and it might actually look different, but the root is pretty much the same, or the themes are pretty much the same. So for different people, it's going to be different things, right? But what I'm inviting you to do is to get really conscious and curious about studying those themes, studying how you go into the situation, and what thoughts, what feelings, and then based on that, what reactions you have. And that can give so much insight. And then asking yourself, has this been serving and supporting you? Likely not, right? If you're struggling with this happening to you over and over again, then you need to shift and go, what is the lesson I'm meant to learn right now? This person or this situation is being a teacher to me. So thank you. Thank you. This is a really fucking difficult situation. I'm having a really hard time navigating this. And here's the thing. Whatever beliefs you are having around this situation that's making you feel stuck, frustrated, angry, hiding, whatever that is, that usually formed as a child unconsciously, because we form all our core beliefs before the age of 8, whether they serve and support us, continue to, or limit us, right? Our belief system. And so understanding that you got wounded in relationship, the parent relationship, usually parent figure relationships. So it only makes sense as you're doing this, don't try to do things alone. I would highly encourage you to seek out for a coach, a therapist, somebody who can support you in a professional way, to be a mirror for that and just be able to support you and ask the questions that will help you unfold. So if you got wounded, all of us did, we get wounded in relationship, it only makes sense we heal in relationship. We aren't meant to do things alone. And so often that can start with a professional relationship. I'm not saying it has to be, but somebody who's trained will be able to support you as long as it's a safe and sacred space and you feel safe with that person and you are open to looking at yourself. The biggest blocks are, I already know that and I don't need help. I can do this by myself, right? If you're notice you have those beliefs, my love, I really encourage you, and I'm speaking from personal experience, I used to have that block, I already know that. That's fucking ego. That's pride, right? And that is the highest of the low vibrations when it comes to something called the map of consciousness. It's a map developed by Dr. David Hawkins, a physician. At the lowest is shame, at the highest is enlightenment. So it's divided into low vibes and high vibes.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, my beautiful love.
We're going to go get some books.
Okay, enjoy, my sweetheart. And and so at the highest of the low vibrations is pride. It's still ego. You're wearing your mask. You're not willing to look at yourself. You're not willing to take this out of right, wrong. Like if you're making yourself right, the other person has to be wrong. And that's not true. Like that keeps you blocked, right? So see this with the eyes of love. And then the first step into the high vibrations, into your own power, is courage. It takes courage to take off those masks and look at yourself. It takes courage to go, you know what? Let me look at this from a different perspective. I'm willing to be open to see things differently. Wow, does that ever take courage. You guys agree with me? Yes, I'm getting thumbs up. Drop a heart if you agree. Like, that takes so much courage. And how does it feel when you're in a relationship that feels conflictual right now, and all of a sudden your partner or your friend or the professional, whoever that is, says, I'm willing to look at my parts in this. I'm willing to see this differently. I'm willing to understand you. How does that feel to you? What happens inside? All of a sudden your guards come down, most likely, right? Sometimes people are really stubborn. It's like, fuck you, I'm still gonna stay here. But that's a little child. That's not an enlightened place. That's not coming from a place of love, from a place of peace. And that's that person's choice. If they decide to stay victim to their pride, that's absolutely their choice. Can't change that, you know. And what's going to happen for these people, and if that's you, all right, I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to speak really boldly and go, you aren't doing yourself or your relationships a favor. You are going to keep bumping up against this wall until you decide to work on yourself and you decide that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of having more peace in your life. You're worthy of forgiving yourself, forgiving that person, whatever that looks like. And it's the heart work. You guys have seen me, you heard me say this before. The heart work is the hardest work. It is also the most rewarding work, because on the other side of fear, remember that low vibration is fear, high vibration is love. On the other side of fear is everything that you want. Everything that you want. Relationships, the life that you want, the lifestyle that you want, the business that you want, the relationship with money that you want. You can choose. You have the power to choose how you show up for yourself by doing your inner work. And then you have the power then to show up in relationship with others in the way that feels so good to both of you. And as what this does is it creates ripple effects, right? How you show up in relationship with other people has impacts, positive or negative. And then how you show up in that relationship impacts them, so that also collectively impacts on a bigger ripple level, effects level. And I just, you guys, you are worthy of creating a life full of fulfillment. And fulfillment comes with growth, meaning stepping outside your comfort zone. How do you do that? Inner work. Okay, personal development, spiritual development. All right. And when you're doing that, when you step outside your comfort zone, you are creating the ripple effects. That's called contribution, if it's in the highest good and truth, right? Contribution for all. There's always lessons. And so stepping outside your comfort zone, growth, contribution, and I always say, I really believe in spiritual development, right? That there's having faith, having belief that there is something greater than you. There is something that is here, your spiritual team, that is here to guide and support you. They're waiting for you to ask for their help. And when you allow all of this, I'll say, form of abundance in, where you look at yourself, you stretch yourself, you show up so that you create the impact you want, the contribution that you deeply desire, and you believe that you're being held in this beautiful, loving, powerful energy that is greater beyond what you can see. Fulfillment really happens. Fulfillment, you start to embody it. You start to feel it. You start to move through your life with ease and flow. Flow state is literally vibrating at a higher frequency of love, peace, and joy. And you guys, you know that I deeply value this inner development. It's so important. Honestly, it really is everything. Energy doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. You can pretend, and this is why I hate the fake it till you make it. You can pretend that you are living this incredible, perfect life. Trust me, I've been there. And on the inside, energetically it doesn't match, and people feel that. That is repelling. People feel when there's an incongruency. They might not be able to put a finger on it, but they'll feel it, and for whatever reason, they do not feel called. Well, the reason is because you're not actually aligned with how you're showing up, right? It's like you're saying all these things, there's a script to it, but energetically doesn't actually match or align. So that is absolutely a hint, a cue that perhaps you're the common denominator amongst all these, this common theme that's happening in different aspects of your life. And my love, you are worthy of working on yourself. You are worthy of feeling fucking good. So I encourage you today to get out there, put yourself out there. Well, first of all, get really aligned with, get clear about what it is that you want in your life. What is that goal? Okay, whether it's in health, whether it's in finances, whether it's in relationship, what is that goal for you? Whether it's in business, whether it's contribution, right? Giving back, giving more of your time, giving more money. You decide what you want your big goal to be in the next, I'll say, month, okay? And then align with it. Who do you need to become so that you're really showing up and achieving those goals? Because every time we're going through this journey, we're inviting ourselves to become that next level version. So who do you need to become? Tell me in the comments. What's stretching outside your comfort zone? What belief needs to be like, needs to shift? Because it's in the way. Let's get you out of your own way and let's get you showing up. I'd love to hear what that is for you. I love to hear what questions you may have, and speak your dream into existence. Set your goal here. Speak it in the comments. Message me if you feel more comfortable to do that. I love getting private messages from you guys and sharing how impactful my Facebook Lives are. I know that not everybody feels super comfortable putting themselves out there in that way, and I totally honor that and respect that. So message me. I'm here and I get back to my messages. All right, my loves, I will I do not take your comment lightly, so please let me know what was helpful. Let me know what you'd like to hear more of. I'm here to help you get out of your own way and show up and play a bigger game, create the impacts, create a fulfilling life in exactly what it is that you are meant to be and do in this lifetime. Happy Monday. Mwah. Love you guys.